We'll be quick with our shit. 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, everyone?
Hello again.
It's Brian and Jim here with Drink a Beer and Play a Game. Welcome to another episode of Power Hour. We're laughing and Jim is in pure anger right now because we just went through about a half hour recording, realized our microphone shut off for some random goddamn reason. So we're going to have to go through some topics we just talked about, but we're going to be more economical. And we're
going to blow through these because God forbid we do this again.
Yeah, so I will recap though.
You did miss Brian saying I have a suck dick attitude about 17 times.
Well, I was going to say that right now. So, a lot of you out there saying he has a suck dick attitude because of his shitty pinball things. The reviews might be good, but the games are terrible.
God damn, the games are not terrible.
So, I just want Jim to do better. That's it. So, stop having a suck dick attitude.
The GameCube HDMI review did pretty well.
All right, before we move on.
They take way more work, though.
We did just come back from the Crooked Eye Brewing, and we gave a really nice plug before, but once again, none of it was recorded. So we got ourselves a growler of their Boro Blonde, which is their golden blonde ale.
Very tasty beer.
Really good. It's a solid session beer. And what I'll say about the brewery itself, it has a lot of above average beers. Nothing terrible. We tried all 11 that were available at the time.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have like a real rotating kind of schedule with it. It's basically whenever the brewers want to make the beers.
Yeah.
They're working on a mead right now, which we do want to try in January.
Yeah, and we got to give a shout out. Our bartender, really friendly, really cool. So we appreciate that. And it's a place we'll definitely go back to.
Jen? Name was Jen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one of those breweries that the only unfortunate thing is it's tucked away in a little alley.
Shit location.
So you could easily pass it. I hope they get better signage in the main street. Like, do something to promote yourselves a little better. Because
at least get one of those prop-up signs or something. Jesus.
Yeah, you make damn good beers. So this Boro Blonde, like I said, it's one of the easier ones for us to go through. It's only about, what's the percentage again?
5.7 or something?
Yeah.
It's in the fives.
So, damn good beer. Sorry, once again, we are going to be kind of rushing through this, so we don't want to spend too much time on the same thing.
I can still make my same complaints.
Yeah. So,
brackets.
Let's go ahead, go through the brackets. As far as the best horror beer label, just to sum it up, I got really tired of of just doing pumpkin beers, and I knew we were rolling into the week of Halloween, so I went with a lot of beer labels that looked like horror themed, had horror movie monsters, whatever. I found these 62 or 64, and we'll go through real quick the top 5 just for time's sake. With number 5 being the Raven beer, their Telltale Heart IPA.
Cool picture of Edgar Allan Poe.
It's cool, but I'm shocked it made it that high because there's a lot of what I would think are cooler labels on here.
Yeah, that actually made it like 2 or 3 rounds for me, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Number 4, no shock to me at all. The Winchwood Brewing Company's Black Witch, which I should have said witch like 3 times. Son of a bitch. That's very popular beer, but that is also a really cool label. And you said that got pretty far on yours, right?
That got pretty far, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time we recorded, I said that was my number 2, and I fucked up with that one, so.
Number 3, Stillwater, Saison Darkly, Terrifying Rose Hips and Bone Hips.
Mouthful.
This is just it looks like pure art. I'll say that. It doesn't belong on a beer.
Oh, we're going to talk about pure art in a second. Motherfuckers.
Number 2, and this one.
This was my number 2.
Yeah, this is either my number 2 or I think this was my number 2 as well, which was the Bee Nectar Meadery's Black Fang. Awesome picture. It's basically Nosferatu with a steampunk hat and his iconic reaching over the body. Bee Nectar Meadery, they make some amazing meads with a whole bunch of different flavors. So if you've never tried mead, this is a good place to start. But it lost out to number 1, the Surly Darkness. He wants to drink your beer. Is there any doubt that that's a goddamn badass picture, Jim?
It's actually pretty cool.
It's a giant vampire bat on what looks like bones or something with some shit going underneath it and a nice splash of red kind of, I don't even know what you call that, like a red accent behind it.
Yeah.
That thing screams horror. It looks like what you would expect from a horror comic book. So I'm not shocked. I'm pretty sure that was my number 1. And yeah, I mean, that kind of blew everything else out of the water. So, Jim, in this list of 64 items,
Go up.
what was your number one, Jim?
My number one came in at a paltry number 46. It is a gigantic brewing slip into darkness. Lost to a beer that's just more goddamn popular. That's what I'm saying.
So I will give Jim
Went against
credit.
that green zombie stupid one.
The zombie dust. 3 Floyd zombie dust. So what I will say is, and if you're watching the mini clip, you'll see all the pictures. Otherwise, click on the link below and you can look them up yourself. Jim is right. The gigantic brewing slip into darkness. It is cool. Does it beat out the other ones up top?
Yes.
Of course it doesn't. But it's Jim. So, you got to give a...
When you have a more refined palate for the arts, Brian, like I do, as an artist.
Well, we've already established that you have a suck dick attitude, so your palate is pretty much the flavor of the dick channels.
What's a dick channel?
You tell me. You have the suck dick
God
attitude.
damn it.
So, the one Jim lost to actually came in number 7. It made it really high.
It made it pretty far. So that means mine got beat to shit.
So that was a really just damn good beer, and the matchups were weird. But either way, I think there are plenty of other good labels on here. This was just a fun one to make because I haven't even tried half of these beers. I was just looking for anything horror related and was semi-popular.
Yeah, it's one we could really expand the horizons of without having to pretend we know what we're talking about. So.
Exactly. So this is one you don't have to be a beer fan to enjoy, and you don't have to be a beer fan to even vote on this. Just look at the art and what do you like the best.
Yep.
So if you guys have any suggestions for labels in the future, for any specific themes, let us know. You can get to us anywhere over social media. And thank you all who have voted. We got a little over 700, about 743. So
Not bad for a beer one.
Thank you guys. But let's move it on to the best horror game part 2. As you guys know, we had set up basically 3 different brackets that were all connected to find the best horror video game. This particular one just looked at games from the PS2 era till now. So just diving right in, number 10, Until Dawn. Jim, I know you've heard me talk about this.
Yep.
Cinematically, it's a beautiful game. There's a million different endings, and it's really fun. Number 9.
Left 4 Dead 2. Wish it was higher, but, multiplayer only mostly game, so I can see that.
Best multiplayer game, most fun multiplayer game you can have with your buddies.
Yeah, definitely up there. Especially with horror, but even in general, it's definitely up there.
Number 8, Half-Life. Now, before we go too far into that, I will say some people were like, why didn't you put Half-Life 2? Half-Life 2 isn't a horror game, just has a horror section. This one felt like horror because you're in the lab, they come in, they start killing all the scientists. This just felt more logistically hard to me, and it's an amazing game, so regardless of horror or not, I'm sure it got up on this list because of that alone.
Yeah.
Number 7, Dead Space. I mean, Resident Evil in space.
Yeah.
Shoot off limbs of shit.
Scary as shit.
Really good game. If you haven't played it, that's one of those you must play games.
Scary, gross, all that good stuff.
Number 6. Is this your number 1 for this one?
For this one, it was my number 1, yes.
So what was it?
Silent Hill 2.
Why do you love it so much?
Because it is a mindfuck. And Pyramid Head's so cool.
Damn it.
Even though nowadays they shoehorn Pyramid Head into every goddamn Silent Hill.
Oh, of course.
He was supposed to be an inner representation of his demons and angst coming back to try and kill him. And then they're just like, oh, he's cool, give it to everyone.
Yeah, if you make a cool character, it's going to be raped into oblivion in these games.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Number 5 in my pick, notice that's 1 above Jim's, is Resident Evil 1 Remake.
I went with the thinking man's pick.
I mean, I went with the better game. You went with the boo-boo.
Mimi Boo Boo.
As a winner, I can say what I want.
God damn.
I love Resident Evil 1, but then the remake came out, I was like, holy shit, this is levels above.
Crimson Head's Mimi Boo Boo.
I don't know which one I like better, but either way, I knew this was my favorite. I'm saddened that it didn't make number 1, but we'll move on. Number 4, Alien Isolation. This is a game you all watch me get raped to death multiple times by the Xenomorph. And this thing, oh my god. Stress is right. I've still, to this day, not played a game where I felt more stressed because the tiniest little incorrect movement or hiding in a locker, not leaning back far enough, the alien's going to catch you and kill you. It's that simple, on top of all the other enemies you'll fight in that game. So, definitely a must-play, but it's one of those games when I was done, I was like, thank God, I don't want to touch it again. Number 3, speaking of games you guys have watched me play, Resident Evil 7. Man, this brought Resident Evil back for me because before this, it was basically action games for the previous whoever knows how many games.
Almost a full generation.
And finally, they did first person right, which Resident Evil never did before this point.
Yep.
And it was a genuinely creepy game. Highly, highly recommend it. I don't know if I think it should be number 3 on this list, but I loved it either way. Number 2, Last of Us. Did you play this one?
Nope.
So this is Uncharted.
Always heard amazing things.
Yeah, this along with Uncharted and God of War, these are like PlayStation's, poster boys, especially modern PlayStation, of like, this is the best game we have to offer. And for good reason. Super emotional story, amazing cinematics, but the gameplay is also, it has that very stressfulness, but it's better if you just try it. But it's a game that, like, it might be sound overhyped, but give it a try and decide for yourselves. Number 1, Jim.
Resi 4.
Are you shocked?
Not really.
Would you?
As a horror game, it's not as good of a horror game, but it's the game that, like, saved the Resident Evil series for a while. It's one of the most highly regarded horror games of all time. Like, it's not really scary outside of the first, like, level, but it is still a horror game at its heart.
Yeah, and it's
it is a really good game.
It is a super fun game. I'm still very...
We're more, like, purists of Resident Evil.
Yeah, I like legit survival horror.
We like never feeling comfortable. Like, in this game, you can just feel like, oh, okay, I can do this.
In this game, I never worried, like, I could actually, other than, okay, if you get those one-hit kill bosses, I never worried, like, of ammo, of health, of even getting grabbed because you do that goddamn spin kick. So it was like, there were so many things in this game that I was like, meh, I feel safe the entire time. And it kept that formula for 5, for 6, and a lot of those other surrounding games, and it just took that turning point in the series for me that really pissed me off.
Right, I didn't like that Mercs game where you were like the tactical shooter guys or something. But
I also didn't like that they didn't have zombies.
It doesn't help either.
Yeah, so not shocked. It is an amazing game, but this one we got about 1,721 votes.
Right.
So,
Mierda.
So, thank you guys. We're not going to go over the bottom of this list because we're going...
Doesn't matter, dumb losers.
Yeah. Damn it, Jim.
What?
What do you mean, some of your
They
picks?
are scum. No, my pick was high.
So...
Even though my second was Eternal Darkness, which was probably low.
Yeah,
so.
Where was that, Jim?
Fuck if I know, Brian. Let's not look into that.
Actually, while we're here, why don't we look into that? Jim, I want you to throw a guess out there. What number?
What were these, brackets, 32 or 64?
64.
I will say it was like 36. I'm hoping for higher, but knowing me and knowing you...
Stop pointing at our fans like
I am
that.
pointing at every last one of them.
All right, let's see where Jim's pick. You said Eternal Darkness?
Yep.
Oh, there you
17.
go. 17. All right. See?
For being such a niche title, that's respectable. All right.
Jim, do you like that Friday the 13th is higher? It is better.
It is not better.
I mean, do you pop people's eyes out in Eternal Darkness?
Probably.
Do you play as Jason in Eternal Darkness?
That you don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have the cool glitch where it's like, oh, your system's corrupted. You got to restart your system.
Actually, when I first played that game, I was playing it. No, not even besides that, but I was playing it with like a GameStop wireless GameCube controller. So as I'm playing it, the GameCube controller was also dying, and not like battery dying, but like the controller itself was shitting out. So with that on top of like the gimmick of Eternal Darkness, I just thought this game was just completely fucking me. So I like almost threw everything in disgust. And I was like, this game is ridiculous. But then I realized it was my shitty equipment.
And that's, I'm actually shocked more games don't do that kind of fuck with you thing.
It's such a good gimmick, and they did it really well in that game.
What was that? X-Men did that in Genesis, right? Like with the
with the reset.
with the reset. So I'm shocked more don't. But I guess like in the past, using the resets and shit could be easier, much easier, easily programmed. Whereas now it's like the modern systems are on all, you know.
Well, yeah, you'd probably have to do an update halfway through, and then it wouldn't work that way.
You hurting there, Jim?
A little bit.
All right, so we're going to move on to the best horror video game all time. We took the top 16 from both of the previous brackets. So you basically had the old generation versus the new generation, mashing them up. And we'll go through a top 10. Before we do, Jim and I just want to say this one doesn't make quite as much sense because the winners of the previous bracket, which were Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4, you'll see the results, but we had significantly less voters for this one. And for a video game bracket, this is the lowest amount. We had 850 votes.
Pretty low.
Still a solid amount of votes, but man, that's low for us. So we were talking. We don't know if we didn't promote it enough. I don't know. Let's just get into it. Number 10, the Resident Evil 1 remake. I was very hopeful it would make this list. This or Resident Evil 1 was my number 1. I think it was Resident Evil 1, but we'll see.
Yep.
Number 9, Silent Hill.
First one.
Obviously. Excellent game. Number 8, Condemned Criminal Origins.
It's nice to see like a non-standard horror title make the top 10.
The only confusing thing is that didn't make the top 10 in the previous list.
A little weird.
It was high.
It was 11.
But, yeah, the fact that now it's number 8, like it's beating these other games, besides the point. Resident Evil 7, as I said, that was really high last game, or last bracket. So
a little drop off.
Resident Evil 1 is number 6.
That was my number 1.
Yeah, that I wish I would have screenshot mine. I think that should be higher. That's neither here nor there. Number 5, The Last of Us. Not shocked. Number 4, Dead Space. Now, this is where it gets weird, because Dead Space was so much lower than Last of Us and all those other games, but now it jumped. So, either we just have people that were dedicated to voting for Dead Space, or I don't know. Number 3, Doom. Not shocked. I know a lot of people are going to say it's not a horror game, but it was so high. It was number 2 on our first bracket, so I'm not shocked it's so high here. Number 2 is Resident Evil 2, which... Previous winner. Makes absolute sense. But then comes the one that makes no sense.
Silent Hill 2.
So...
Which I am perfectly fine with being number 1, but...
Yeah, I'm not.
Of course not.
I mean, just if we're just using logic, putting aside your personal feelings, if you base its position on the previous bracket to now, it makes sense. It's basically we didn't have enough voters actually looking at this.
Okay.
But no. Silent Hill 2, excellent game. I'm not trying to dig away at its legitimacy, but I'm just saying from a logic standpoint, it should have been Resident Evil 2 or 4.
One would think.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe in that month people got sick of
This was a really big upset. I don't know. I mean, if I would have picked... My personal thing between 2 and 4 would be 2, of course, Resident Evil.
Like, I think in a perfect world, like... It would come down to these 2 games. So I think, like, the last 2 games we had makes sense to be the final 2 games. And now, considering the history of our brackets, the fact that Resi 2 didn't win is kind of weird. I'll take that.
And our top 15 kind of capture all the games I would expect to be here.
Not one goddamn Splatterhouse game, though.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Splatterhouse, Jim.
Sons of bitches.
Why don't we look at the bottom 5? Before we move on to the bottom 5, is there anything else you want to say about the top?
Nah, I mean, I'm basically fine with the numbers.
Okay. So, with our bottom 5, number 28, we have Splatterhouse 3. I know you don't think this. I think it's the best Splatterhouse game.
I think it's the worst one.
No, honestly, I think 1 is the worst, even though I like that so much. 2 is a much better version of 1. 3 is... The biggest issue I have...
2 is a better version of 1.
You know what I hate about 3 is the time limit. That thing ruins a game.
Well, it's the time limit, and it's the fact that you have to learn the... You have to play through so much to learn the correct order, or you'll never get, like, the right endings.
Okay, I might have misspoken.
Like, I think 1's more fun.
I think Splatterhouse 2 is my favorite, then Splatterhouse 3, then probably 1. Well, I'm not even considering a remake. I don't know where
Or
that's
remake or Wampaku.
Oh, yeah. Wampaku was damn fun.
Yeah.
Either way, I think in that whole chopping order of actual fun games, one probably falls to the bottom. Especially on that shitty turbo graphics. Don't get me started on that.
The arcade port. There it is.
The arcade port is great. But Jim's like, ooh.
What about the Tandy port, Bri?
I don't even know what that is.
Or no, the FM Towns Marty, I should say.
Still don't know what that is.
It was a Japanese gaming computer.
Exactly.
You can buy a copy of Splatterhouse on it for like $600. Arcade port.
Almost lost some of my beer. I actually did lose some of my beer.
Way to go.
All right.
That's what happens when you diss Splatterhouse 1.
On the turbo graphics. All right, number 29, The Uninvited, which I like this game, but I'm also a weird horror fan.
Oh, shit.
So I'm not... yeah, see? Talk shit. You sucked that.
I was emotionally traumatized from that awful argument we had.
All right, so The Uninvited...
Give me that!
I'm not shocked this is low. It's a very niche game. I'm shocked it made it to the final bracket like this, but it's a fun NES title. Fatal Frame. I just started playing this about 6 months ago. Haven't beat it yet. Creepy as shit. If you ever saw The Ring or The Grudge and you hate creepy girls with black hair covering their face and coming at you, yes, thank you, Jim. This is a good game for you, but it's another one. It's very odd with the camera being your weapon. 31, Alone in the Dark 4. Jim and I both wondered how the hell did it make it on the final bracket. But
I'm shaking my head at that, and I'm shaking my head at something else right now.
Yeah, this really grinds my gears. Number 32 being Clock Tower for the PS1. How does Clock Tower for the PS1 not beat Clock Tower for Super NES? I get it. The Super NES Clock Tower is a good game. But Clock Tower 1 for the PS1, other than its
especially our audience.
Yeah.
There's definitely way more of a chance you played the PS1 one than the fucking Super Famicom one.
And here's the deal. I know load times suck. I know graphically it could be questionable, but that game was so much fun. That with Resident Evil were the games that spawned my oh man, video games could be really horror based, and it really took me down that path. So I'm really just shocked that that's the last one. But with not as many votes as usual, I guess it makes a little more sense.
Also, I was mad because there was a ad for another bracket at the bottom of the page just said Fortnite stuff.
Of course.
Which almost has as many goddamn votes as the finals of our horror bracket.
So, thank you guys who have voted. In the future, we might do some other tiered, multi-brackets to get to a final bracket. But I think every Halloween time, I'm going to do, horror games. Especially with new games come out, especially since January. Resident Evil 2. Yeah. Are you excited? Now you'll probably play more fucking pinball.
You might be right. I'll still be going through all my pinball games at that point.
So, thank you guys. We really appreciate it. If you have any other suggestions or games you think we should add to those type of lists, let us know. All right, Jim. So let's move on to
the topics.
So this one, we went through each one. We're not going to do this time, but Jim found this really cool article. It's the drinksbusiness.com, link below.
And it's cool because it's the 13 world's most haunted bars. So, pubs and bars, I should say. And a lot of them, as you would expect, are over in the United Kingdom and shit like that. I made a very topical and tasteless Brexit joke, which of course we lost. So, but there are some bars here from the 1100s, cool shit like that, where you would expect a lot of cool kind of stories and just tall tales to be told from generation to generation. Couple in America, so we would actually like to try and get to some of these.
Yeah, and as we said when we previously recorded this, but it got lost.
Yes, it did.
Honestly, if you live in these areas and you have a chance, you should go discover them. Just talk to someone who knows knows the history of the bar. It's always good to sit down, talk to a bartender, especially ones that know their shit. And for us, we'll probably start looking at closer to where we live, or at least somewhere we can travel to, because I would love to go out and take tours of these places. Whether you believe in ghosts or not is irrelevant. If somewhere is being claimed to be haunted, that usually just means it's just got a lot of history. So, who knows?
Check it out. It's a cool article, though.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sure that's a great segment for the audio portion of the podcast.
So moving on.
This I love.
And before we move on, I do want to address one thing.
Us being in Eagles jerseys on the video portion.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're not playing.
Not right now, no. No, they have a night game this week.
So, all right. Jim. I know you're
Look at that gorgeous bottle. This next article is this holiday season of 2018. Miller will be releasing Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, in actual champagne bottles.
All right. So,
I put this on here for no other reason than for A, how gorgeous that bottle looks, and for B, for how mad I know it would make Brian.
So it doesn't actually get me. It gets, I don't know if mad's the right word. So number one.
Disappointing?
Foodandwine.com, link below. I usually only put this picture in the small clip, but this is worthwhile for the main video.
Yes, it is, because it is so gorgeous.
I always applaud Miller for this goddamn campaign of calling themselves the champagne of beer.
I would almost say this is a troll of the craft beer industry.
That's kind of what I feel it is, which is why I can almost appreciate
also
it.
in the picture, you will notice the champagne glasses around said champagne bottle of Miller High Life.
That pisses me off. Nobody's going to drink it like that. The only thing that pisses me off
I will out of spite. That'll be on Instagram,
out of
goddammit.
this whole article.
I will put that in my wedding flights.
Are you kidding me? You're going to have a solo cup with that.
I will mostly drink that out of a solo cup, but for the purposes of Instagram, I will use a wedding
Well,
flight.
here's the deal. At this point, you actually absolutely have to get it and keep the bottle
I
for
will.
the sake of the site. But the goofy shit like this, I actually respect. I don't think anyone from Miller actually considers a High Life the champagne of beers. I've had it. It's beer.
High Life's not even their best Miller.
That's my point is like...
Although I think everyone goes through a phase when they're like 18 or 19 where like they drink Miller High Life for like 6 months straight and then they never touch it again.
So
I know my one group of friends, we did that.
I'm trying to see...
Then again, my dad and his best friend, when they play Yahtzee, will drink Miller High Life all night. And they're in their 70s.
I also love in this article it says, on one sad note, however, unlike real champagne, these Miller High Life champagne bottles are sealed with your typical bottle cap, not a cork. If they did a cork, that would make me laugh
Oh my God.
so hard.
That's actually a really missed opportunity.
So that's actually where I feel like...
They didn't pull the trigger.
Jim
they didn't
said
pull it all the way.
It's a troll, and I believe it's a troll.
Commit to the bit.
But if somebody from Miller actually believes they're champagne quality beer, okay, like, live in that world.
I'm a little disappointed in the lack of cork, I gotta say.
Yeah. So, let us know if you think you would actually pick this up. This honestly makes me laugh. He's going to have to pick it up if he does.
I'll buy a pallet.
Yeah. So, maybe that'll be a future podcast. We'll actually reveal the champagne bottle.
Brian, should we get like a machete and just like pop the top off?
No, because it'll hit you in the eye and you'll cry, shit yourself. We don't need that.
Glass will get in my eye, I'll rupture my cornea, then I'll fall, slip on a banana peel somehow. You don't even eat bananas.
God damn it. So, let us know what you think. We know if you're a craft beer fan, you're probably hating this. But
You're probably rolling your eyes right now.
if you're anyone else, this is goddamn hilarious. And also, like, I'll mention one last thing. It looks like they use legit golden flake, like, labeling around the neck of the bottle. Good for you, Miller. Keep trolling that world.
Love it.
All right, so then the next topic we're going to talk about is the prototype mobile Xbox controller. This was another Jim provided one, and it's at xblgamerhub.com. Link below. The easiest way to describe this is think of the Switch, but with an Xbox controller that gets added to your mobile phone.
Yeah, take an Xbox One controller, I should say. Squish it, cut it in half, plop it on the sides of your controller, and that's it. I love the Xbox One controller, so maybe with the little squished way that it is here, I guess to keep it more portable. So it's one of those ones looks like I'd have to really use it to understand, but...
So I was reading through this article, and obviously it's a prototype. They're working through the legitimacy. So the thing is called Project xCloud, which is an Xbox game cloud streaming service. So this is twofold. So basically what it sounds like is they're going to take the idea of cloud gaming that we talked about already with Switch, try and do Xbox games with it to your phone,
Battery's dying.
I assume it would be all mobile phones. But either way, essentially what would happen is you would be able to play like this picture shows, like it looks like Titanfall from your phone. If you could actually do it and it's legitimate, that's awesome. I'm always for more mobile gaming.
And maybe that'll like cross play with the, what's it called, X Play or something, where you can
get it from Microsoft.
Sign for like $20 a month and stream it directly.
I'm only curious if the caveat is you must have like one of those Microsoft phones.
I
don't know if Apple will be able to do shit like that, or even Android. Oh, Android usually can hack into whatever. But I don't know. If they make it compatible for everything, it's cool. If they make it like you must own a Microsoft, I could actually see the whole debate of then PS3 will throw their thing in the hat, and it's like certain labels getting behind certain phones. So it's like, my PS3 works with Apple phones. Your Xbox only works with Microsoft.
Yeah.
It's possible, but no, I love the idea. If it works, cool. Personally, though, I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, any of these cell phone, Bluetooth, controller adapter things, I personally never use. I've talked to people who have used them and have had up and down success with them. It just seems like a hassle, and I'm still of the mindset that if I have a phone, I'm not going to be playing AAA games on it. I also have an iPhone, so that'll kill the battery in like 3 hours.
Jim, this is also probably a sign we're getting old, because I'm sure young people would love this. I mean, what I think the most interesting thing is if they do this and all those other things, how is that impacting Nintendo actual legit portable console? Like Switch is technically, they're portable still.
Yeah.
I'm saying moving forward, I wonder if it's going to have a ding in them.
Well, considering how entrenched Nintendo is in Japan, and how Japan's so much into like cell phone mobile gaming.
We're talking U.S.
I know, but it filters out from there. So I would not be surprised if Nintendo's next thing isn't just controller adapters for a cell phone that you can plop a game into or a service.
Yeah. So if you guys, check out this article, the link is below once again.
It's a cool looking piece of tech at the very least.
If you think that you would enjoy this or you would use it, let us know. And if you ever use any of the other ones, let us know why, because they all look cool to us.
Yeah, we've talked about some before in the past with Nintendo lawsuits and shit like that. So, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jim, so this next topic you actually brought up, which is from NintendoEverything.com. I'm going to let you explain what this is all about.
So, the article was posted on October 30th of 2018. And Mario Kart Wii, not Mario Kart 8, not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart Wii from, I think, 2007, still sold 40,000 copies in the last fiscal quarter. Somehow, and I mean, I guess if they're talking about that, it would almost have to be new copies, you'd think. Because used copies don't really show up like that.
So is there any chance that from the Wii U or from the Switch through online buying games, there could be
I could be, and I'm probably wrong, but I don't think it's on the Switch, on their eShop yet. And the Wii U, maybe? But overall, it's sold 37 million units, so it's a success. It's one of my less favorite Mario Karts in general, but yeah, somehow it's still selling. I mean, it's one of those games that, like, at Walmart and shit like that, like, you'll still see, like, 5, maybe Wii games. And they're like, you'll see, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns. You'll see maybe Mario Galaxy. You'll see Mario Kart Wii. It's one of them. So, I don't know how the hell that this kind of stayed to track, but there must have been some kind of interest. And again, like, no one has a Wii U. Maybe people are buying,
this is what, like, there's got to be, I look at the same, I don't know if you ever noticed, if you go into GameStop or any brick and mortar store, you'll see some Xbox games especially, or PS games, that'll all of a sudden be really cheap, but then you find out it's because they're going to be free on Gold or like the PS equivalent of that in the next week. So they know, so they're trying to sell hard copies at a drastically discount. I'm not saying that's the case.
Yeah, but this one never gets, like, cut down, though.
That's what I'm saying.
At GameStop, this still goes for over $30.
Which is what's insane. So 40,000 copies. So,
like, over the entire world, I'm guessing it's worldwide. I'm not sure. God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get what the influx during the quarter. So over 3 months.
Which is even weirder. Like, if you told me, like, over a year, Mario Kart Wii somehow sold 40,000 copies, which even then I'm like, that seems a little high, but over, like, a fiscal quarter? Why? We're not even talking, like, Christmas season.
I'm just going to throw
We're not even talking grandparents who don't know better during Christmas.
Either there was a price cut that we didn't know about, or there's a underground tournament aspect. It can't just be out of the blue. People are just like, oh, what the hell? If that's the case, that's amazing.
No, I mean, yes, in the grand scheme of things, 7 billion people in the world, blah, 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 blah. 40,000 is like nothing, but for an ancient video game at this point,
it's still good.
Wow.
No, that's impressive. So, yeah, if anybody has any further information other than what this article reported
theories,
on,
whatever,
let us know.
Give me your best Alex Jones. Let us know why you think this happened. Was it the globalists?
It's the goddamn globalists.
The globalists!
Because they're trying to downcut their Switch. Oh.
Mario Kart is making the frogs gay.
Damn it. All right, so another topic I actually just added. It's going to be super quick, but the Switch Online service. I heard it's having some issues.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, I mean, there's been a lot of videos. Review Tech USA's had like 4 videos in the past 3 days about it.
Yeah, and I've seen some stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, like, people were complaining about it, and it is justifiable. Like, the biggest problem with the Switch Online service is...
It doesn't work?
No, it does work.
Okay.
You're just paying now for what you had free before. It's not a robust online service.
Well, that's why I heard that the Wii service was better.
Oh, God, no. The Wii service was awful.
I thought they were trying to claim... Or not the...
The Wii and Wii U services are some of the worst.
I basically I thought the biggest complaint is like, Xbox and PS.
That's the biggest complaint.
Has been doing this since whenever the first 360 came out.
They've been doing this since like 04, 05. I mean, the original Xbox had Xbox Live.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. I'm saying like since then.
Yeah. No, there is a template in place. It's not hard to do. But the biggest complaints are you don't have dedicated servers for the biggest multiplayer games like Splatoon 2, and Smash probably won't have dedicated servers, this is not a PC term, but that's retarded. You have the friend code thing, which it's not that big a pain in the ass, so I'm fine with that. You have no real voice chat unless you have a cell phone, which almost in that case, why not just call each other or use Skype or use Discord? It's like an internal, external thing with a cell phone to talk through a Switch party, which is also stupid as hell. And the biggest advantage, besides being able to continue to play for games that you played before for free, they throw you some NES games. I will say, I'm having more fun than I thought I would playing old NES games online, like Tecmo Bowl or River City Ransom or shit like that. And you're paying, if you just do one account, which I'm going to assume most people just do, you're only paying $20 a month, $20 a year, which is really nothing. It's less than $2 a month.
But it's also the suckering you in part is that basically what you just admitted to.
You're giving it. Like, I fully admit this too. Like, I'm giving Nintendo money for bullshit.
But that's my point. Is that I think more people will do it because of that logic you just said. It's $20 a year. It's not much. It really isn't comparatively to 60 or 50, whatever you pay for Xbox and PS.
Right.
But
you also get
your main draw is going to end up being playing old Nintendo games on your Switch, which is like which is Nintendo's model. Just keep going back and playing our old good shit.
Well, where it's even more like outlandish is the fact that right now it's only NES games. Like, you're paying 3 times the amount, and it's only 3 times the amount really for PlayStation and Xbox Live, but you're getting mostly older, but you're still getting top tier titles. Some months do suck, don't get me wrong. Some months are just garbage games. But, like, every once in a while, you'll get, like, a God of War 3, or you'll get the new Tomb Raider, or shit like that for free, or Dishonored.
Look at Xbox. No matter what you feel about gold, Battlefield 1, which was out last year, is now free.
I still think Xbox Live is better than PSN, but...
Oh, yeah. But that's my point. Is like,
and PlayStation Now is, like... Well, even regardless of all that, Like, no, I get it. Nintendo Switch Online is definitely the cheapest option, but it is also the shittiest option. So, like, there's no reason to not at least throw some bones and put some Super NES and N64 games on there. It's not that much.
I don't think you'll ever see an N64 title. I think you'll see Super
If
Nintendo.
you will, there'll be money to be made. It'll eventually be on there.
Yeah, but then that's when they charge you $60 a month. Or $60
that
a
would be
year.
some real shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay $1.30 a month to be able to play Rocket League with my friends online. I can swallow that. I mean,
You've swallowed a lot, but that's not the point. The point
what you dick sucking that too?
I don't even know what you're talking about, Jim.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. It's not like the first recording.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is I wish people would just stop supporting it because you recognize it's a terrible product. Like, forget the fact that if you love Nintendo games, if you want to play Rocket League, especially in your case, where you have the option to play it on the Xbox One, which is a better service, like, just play it there.
Which I do have it on, but my friends don't have it on there.
But then you get new friends, Jim.
Bro, I'm in my 30s. I don't want new friends. I don't even want the friends I have now.
All I'm saying is...
God damn it.
Yes, it's not shocking. It's not expensive. But at the end of the day, I hope beautiful capitalism wipes it out because it says inferior service.
Look, it's another one of the plethora of things that you go, Nintendo, what the fuck?
Well, it doesn't matter because the next version of whatever console they make for the Switch will be out in like a year or two, and then it probably won't be compatible with this online service.
It probably won't.
So it won't
God
matter.
knows the virtual consoles never talked.
So Jim will have wasted his money again. And it doesn't matter. So,
You know what? My money to burn. Fuck it all.
I mean, and listen, when people out there say you have a suck dick attitude, I'm trying to defend you. I'm on your side.
You did not defend
I'm
shit.
on your side.
You invented the term.
Listen, I'm on your side.
You're not. You have never been on my side. Except maybe through college in my early 20s and 30s. But regardless.
Listen, you wouldn't have money to burn if it wasn't for me through those years, all right?
Partially true.
So I'm helping you out, you son of a bitch. All right. So let us know what you guys think. If you use a service and you love it, I'm curious to hear why.
I will say, I am enjoying my time with it. More than I thought I was going to.
But you're someone that once you buy something, you'll commit yourself to enjoying it whether it's good or not. Like most of your obscure systems and games. You have to admit that. You know you're very biased. Once you put money into it, you're going to find good in it. Regardless.
I find good in everything regardless.
Just like if you happen, not saying you ever have, but if you've pirated something and it's bad, you're more likely to be like, yeah, that really did suck. But if you actually put money into it, you'll be like, that wasn't bad. No.
I'm not saying we haven't pirated things for this site before for review-wise, and I've still found the good in them. Although it's less of a blow.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, if I spend money on shit that winds up sucking, which could be a future pinball review, I'm doubly mad.
God damn it, Jim. Stop with the pinball.
And actually, the ones that are coming up for the next couple of reviews are not all pinball. So,
God damn it. All right.
I'll at least be halfway there.
So let us know what you think.
Here, I'm going to do a one on the fly here.
Go ahead.
Have you heard about the Diablo Immortal release?
That's the online or the phone
Mobile.
one? Mobile. So
Holy shit, did Pat and Ian get beat up for their video on this?
I didn't see Pat and Ian's video. I've seen a lot of interesting takes on it and just general. I guess the general thing is like people are getting shit on for like appreciating it. Is that a fair? I'm keeping it super general.
People are getting shit on for any kind of defense of it or
That's what I mean.
attacking the gamer community.
So
here's where I will say, in my opinion, if you're the person who paid the money to go to BlizzCon for the Diablo event and you're disappointed with the fact that, it was a mobile game and not Diablo 4, I understand. You paid your money. You have every right to bitch. It's like going to a sports event and your team loses. You can go flame the team all you want. That's fine. But the people online with the bitching and the, and I also, like, to give you some background, like, it's been months where Blizzard has been, like, hyping up this event and this BlizzCon saying major Diablo news, shit like that. Diablo, one of the most beloved series in all of gaming, especially computer PC gaming, which is the most hardcore of hardcore gamers. I agree. Fuck them. But, so you have this community behind it, and Blizzard should know better. But you put out an event, and your marquee event, you roll out a mobile game. And you get surprised when people bitch about it. I'm not saying that some of the bitching isn't unfounded. And also, like, there were some really bad moments at the event where, like, these guys kind of got put out to pasture who did the presentation. So they did a Q&A session, and they're like, people were asking, will this be on the PC as well as mobile? Because, like, everyone's kind of assuming that a Diablo 4 will eventually come, and that Blizzard has the resources to have, other dev teams working on something beyond its mobile game. But in the thing of fairness, they didn't say anything. So your idea could be, this is all they're working on right now. So people ask questions like, is this going to come out on the PC and not just on the phone? And they just go, well, I mean, who doesn't have a phone?
All right. So,
but they say it in a condescending way where it's just like, you shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have, but all right.
Also, for a grind-heavy game like Diablo, phone's going to die.
Yeah, I forget how long ago Diablo 3 came out.
Diablo 3 was like 2012. And that had like a really shitty release, but it eventually, like, it's still, because of the name Diablo, it still sold like 12 million units in its first year, even though the release was a disaster. And it eventually like got patched and like worked on enough to become a game people liked.
So I played Diablo 1 and 2. I really liked it. I never got as hardcore as most people that play those games get into it, because like Burns tried to get me into 3.
Right.
I wasn't able to get into it. But
on the Switch now.
I was... what are they going to release next? SimCity 2000? Oh, good. Thank God.
Ooh.
Or The Sims? The Sims 4, maybe? Is the Switch really going to catch up to the
Sims 4
world?
Cats and Dogs Edition on the Switch?
So, with Diablo, the thing is, though, I was actually, when I saw Immortal, I was excited for the prospect of playing it mobily, but I'm not someone who's dedicated to the Diablo community. I wasn't looking for Diablo 4. I can appreciate how pissed off they would be. That would be like if we really wanted a Resident Evil, 8, and they're like, here's Resident Evil Mobile. I would be pissed, but, me and you aren't going to sit there and complain about it. Like, we're going to...
I will say there is an incessant amount of bitching online about it. And like I said, the
problem.
people who went there, you have every right to be pissed. But if you're just some dickhead watching a live stream, you can be mad. Be mad about it.
But I want to back up. Do a rewind.
All right, Casey boy. That's a very Philly reference right there.
What are you talking about?
Preston Steve, how they do the rewind sound.
For what? All right. Either way.
Never mind.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I'll explain it later.
All right. So either way, what I'm trying to say is, though, if you go to a game con and you get disappointed, then maybe don't go to any future game cons. Don't go to game con. And this is coming from people who we went to that one.
Too many games is different than BlizzCon, though.
But my
it's
point
not
is,
a developer
I know,
con.
just like how many times have we talked about E3? How many times have we talked about these ginormous game conventions? Like, stop going. What do you get out of them that you couldn't get from a YouTube clip that, like real time, you're not going to spend hundreds of dollars. You might get some sweet merch and a few cool art pictures like I have. But, like, if you get disappointing games from a AAA, gamer, that's what happens to everyone. People bitch about Battlefield. People bitch about Call of Duty. People bitch about now Blizzard. Like, every major developer, you're going to have such a dichotomy of half of them, they don't care. They're just there for the experience. Half of them are diehards that if you don't meet their exact expectation, which this one was...
That's where the problem comes in.
Which, give us Diablo 4. Okay, like, unless they specifically said, we're going to announce Diablo 4 to you all... The implication was there.
The implication was definitely there.
But and I think that's shitty of the company. So you know how you stop supporting them? Don't buy their future shit. When they do release Diablo 4, say, fuck you, I'm so mad about that. If you weren't really that mad about it, don't bitch about it.
And it's amazing that a company like Blizzard that's been around and hugely successful for 20, 30 years in the game industry was so tone deaf to the reaction that they would get.
But when you make that much money, think of World of Warcraft. They're still racking that as shit.
They make money hand over fist right now. Right now they're like they could be a 2-game company right now. They could stop supporting everything and it wouldn't matter. They have WoW and they have Overwatch.
That's what I mean. So
I'm a huge StarCraft guy, but if they shut down the servers, South Korea's gonna be mad? But
that's my point. Like, why? Like, where is the point of them? Why should they care when they make? If you make such a stupid amount of money for such little effort, like for not saying that the other games weren't effort,
and it's also outsourced. Like the mobile games, like outsourced to like a mobile company.
So I agree with Jim. It's shitty for the people that went, but my advice to those that went, stop going. Don't buy future Blizzard games. If you're truly mad, if you're just in the moment pissed off and you're going to go punch a pillow and get over it, then go do what you got to do. But if you're truly mad, all right, then show it by not buying shit.
Yeah, and here, like Blizzard, this is where you could have just so easily avoided this. If there is any work being done right now, any work, even if you have a banner drawn up of Diablo 4, at the end of that conference, you go, oh, by the way, Diablo 4 coming 2021. No one cares. No one talks about it. No one cares. All you had to do was just say something and give the people, the masses, what they want.
Part of me laughs at the fact that they're like, you all got phones. Fuck you. like
I thought that was...
There's an attitude there that's kind of like, that's the truth, though. Like, anyone who has a PC,
again,
I'm sorry, if you
Japan.
spend $2,000 on a PC, if you ain't got a phone that can handle that, and I know that's not the point, but fuck, man, get over it. Like, you're bitching because your hyper-powered PC that can play ridiculous graphics can't get Diablo 4. Get over it.
Yeah, or isn't getting Diablo Immortal. Like again, we get it, but people, it's like with anything else, and not even a lot, so many times in gaming, but even more so outside of gaming, people get these expectations, and the reality does not turn into that, and then, oh my god.
Go play Red Dead 2.
Yeah, there's other games out there.
Go play, here's the deal. If we were in
boot up Diablo 3 again.
If we were in a famine of games and you didn't have anything else, dude, Fallout 676 or whatever the hell that's, 76.
Right.
That, there's plenty of other games out there. Regardless if Diablo is your favorite game series of all times, all 100,000 of you out there, like, that's your number one game. Cool.
Yeah.
Move on. Like, it's on Immortal. Now you can play it on your phone. I'm sure there'll be bullshit like purchase like these coins that get you.
Oh yeah, I mean it's going to have the same trappings as any mobile game. So,
but let us know what you think. If you have a heavy opinion one way or the other, let us know.
So I'm sure we're going to hear.
We're not guys that are.
I mean, at the end of the day, I've played Diablo 2 before, but like I saw this whole blow up happening, and I was just like, I don't really care.
Yeah, blow up's too crazy.
But I'm in a position where I don't have to care either.
Yeah. So, let us know what you think about that. All right. So, the next one is Which is Better? And this came from Jim's constant bitching. So, I was trying to think of the right way to formulate it, so I'll say it the best I can. Modern consoles, specifically the Xbox One and PS4, you put in a game, you're about to play it, and then you get a notification that you got like a 10 gig update. So most people can deal with it a few ways. One being having good internet, which he doesn't have.
I have 100.
And two being...
God damn it.
I mean, it takes too long to have 100. So you're not getting... Either you're paying for it and you're not getting it, or I don't know. But two, that's not the point. You can auto-update it and leave your console in sleep mode. Turn it on maybe once a day. Like
I turn off my power adapter.
See, he fucks up. Basically,
I'm protecting my equipment.
When you're allowed to play, you can come on. It's not a big deal. Like for me, I come on, game's got an update, put it on. I'll go to the bathroom, make a ham and cheese sandwich. It doesn't matter. But my point is,
Oh, good. A boring sandwich. How surprising. Like your boring game picks in our brackets.
I put some spicy mustard on it. Maybe a pickle or two.
Pickle. You get on me for my bagels and lox.
You're not even allowed to have mayo in your house.
That's a good point.
So what I'm saying is, I'd never minded it. But Jim, it makes him rage because, though, once every 3 weeks he's allowed to get on Call of Duty. He's about to play with us, and then he's like, fucking update, oh, goddamn motherfucker. But yet, he was the same guy when all of our friends back in 360 days would do the same shit. He was always up to date because he was playing it all the time. So now he's that guy that's pissed off.
But now I'm the victim.
So, my question for which is better is it better to have these constant updates that fix bugs, glitches, usually throw... especially in the
balancing issues
in the multiplayer realms, balancing issues, or like they'll throw events like challenges,
double
stuff,
XP,
yeah, things that'll just enhance the gameplay. I'll say, or is it better the old school way? Think NES, Super NES, really, honestly, the PS2
through PS2,
yeah,
through the 6th gen,
had the games as is, and the way I'm trying to frame this is that. Games as is, we all know those games that have a game-breaking glitch. If you do something the wrong way, it could apparently crash the entire game. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's been plenty of games where I accidentally did something and it caused a glitch that made me have to restart the entire game. And those games you released, they thought they fixed everything. They didn't. You just have what you have, and that's it. Not saying that most games didn't have that problem, but there were a lot of games with a lot of glitches that, you learn to live with them. So I'm saying which is better. For me, all I'm going to say...
I know where I'm going with this, and I'm not happy with where I'm going with this.
All I'm going to say is that I prefer the constant updates strictly on the basis that the price of the games are the same as they were now, as they were back then. And if you add in inflation, that means you're paying almost $80 or $90 for a game.
80 to 100, yep.
And you never got that fixed. These are annoying updates, but they're manageable. And if you're shitty with your time, it's going to impact you more. Whereas those other games, you're just like, well, it's just a game. Like the friggin' SmackDown or one of the WWE SmackDown, or no, I'm sorry, No Mercy. How many times after you unlock all the shit, something happens, or whatever that glitch was? Oh, it just fucking erased my entire thing. Now I got to go back and play through it. Okay, cool. Regardless of it's a good game. That's annoying as shit. Whereas the new things will be like, oh shit, we got a bug. All right, here's 11 gig update. You're gonna waste 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but the game's gonna work fine. So I'll go with constant updates.
I hate that I have to agree because it is better to have constant updates that can fix or improve games from their release if you pay full price. Look at games like Friday the 13th. Look at games like especially No Man's Sky where they have been updating, improving, and adding to the games.
Adding content, too.
Adding content. I personally hate the fact... if there's beyond even just the inconvenience of having to wait for an update, is the fact that when the servers go away, if you don't have the most recent version of the game or blah, 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 you might never be able to play the game again. So from that whole preservation standpoint, that's a major issue. But for the common person, how many people are playing these games after the fact?
Yeah. So
I can fully go with that having updates, as annoying as it is, having updates is better.
Yeah. No, and I at the end of the day, I just kind of feel like if you're going to say games as is, then you probably just love old games, and that's kind of the end of the conversation. If you don't play new games and you don't understand what we're talking about, like Jim said, Friday the 13th, that game started out $40 game, only multiplayer capabilities, and since then they have this virtual console ability where you do all these challenges through multiple sessions.
And it's unfortunate that it's getting that it has that lawsuit almost against it.
That got cleared.
Oh, did it?
It did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll have to report on that next time. But
yeah.
Basically, so they added that. They added a single player mode. It's not a flush out like campaign but it's like allows you to play by yourself.
Is it like Titanfall single player almost?
Kind of.
Titanfall 1,
It's
saying.
like, okay, be Jason and go against 8 bots.
All right, yeah, Titanfall 1.
So they offer, and at no cost. It's just, okay, get this update.
Right.
So, and then it's like, oh, here's a new costume for Jason or a new character for Jason. It's all things that's like, it's free with future updates. Should a game come out?
It sucks that you have to have the most recent patch for the most recent console update that you have too. Like, I know my 360, if I don't go through all my games and, like, patch them all basically to the most recent version that came out,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be ones that if I don't do that by the time the servers die, they're just games I won't be able to play again.
Yeah. So, I would love to hear someone who goes against us. And once again, regardless of the actual games, what we're saying is, yes, some games are actually absolutely perfect. You put it in, never have an issue. We're talking about those games that you do get glitches and things that can fuck up your game. And you still paid $60 back in the day, which, like Jim said, $80, $100 translated to today. That's insane that game prices haven't gone up.
Christ, virtual racing these days would be like, what, $140? Because that was 100 release?
That's what I'm saying. So,
not to say it was glitchy, it was just simple.
So, we would love to hear you guys. Let us know what you think. And, yeah, before we sign off, I do want to say we are going to, I say this a lot, we're going to try to, I'm not trying to commit to any schedule. Our lives are fucking crazy between our kids, getting hurt. Like, there's a million things we have going on.
I heard it in my foot.
But even if we have to do it over Xbox like we did the last one, we're going to try at least keep podcasts. We do have a very interesting month set up for January. I don't want to spoil it.
We will say that January is when we plan to going back to our normal way of doing reviews.
We're going to do reviews.
Brian will be back full time by then, so
Yep.
it'll be enough time for us, get acclimated to having 2 kids and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I'll keep shitting out my reviews as they come out.
But other than that, we really appreciate you guys continuing to follow us, support us.
Thank you for sticking with us.
And as always, if there's reviews or some topic you want us to talk about, just contact us literally. Gmail, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Facebook.
Doesn't matter. You can reach us. We're going to respond. So, as always, guys.
Well, wait. Before we end, quick beer review.
Delicious. It's for a blonde ale, it's the wheat cuts through. It doesn't sit that heavy.
It's got like not a heavy. It's got like almost a full, medium full mouthfeel.
It's got a creamy for a blonde ale. It's kind of weird. It's very
It's a lot thicker than you would expect from a blonde ale.
The malt is a lot stronger than most blonde ales,
and the lacing too. Like the top rim is still there after like an hour.
Once again, if you're in the area and you can try out going to Crooked Eye, check it out. We really enjoyed it, and yeah, I mean.
And their prices aren't bad either. So for like a craft beer kind of little, brewery, it's not bad.
Damn good.
Yep. Till next time, guys.
So
cheers.
with that, cheers.